Hello everybody and welcome back into Fantico Coliseum from Toronto, Ontario. The Toronto Wildhounds and the Boston Bruins, the challenge of NHL versus the Toronto Wildhounds in this new series coming to you. The Wildhounds happy to be back in uniform and ready to go again on the ice. Here's a drop pass to Brust, shoots, and a good early stop made by Keller, holding on for the Wildhounds. A new club again. New uniforms. This is their new alternates. They look real good on them, and they'll look good on them tonight. As here's the face-off, and it's won back by the Wildhounds. Crawley. That's Carson ahead for Schultz on that right wing. He'll fire down into the Boston zone. Round the boards. That was Suke going to the net. Lost the puck. Took his man to the boards. Down to Brust. Duke was going after it. It's picked up here again by the Bruins in their own zone. Brought out to center. Henry on the left wing. Crawley back. Here's the look. Bergeron drop pass. That goes through some skates. It's Luke back to it. And that's Duke through the middle of the ice. He'll find help in Schultz, but did not get it over the line. Penalty coming in. It's going against the Wildhounds. So Boston will go to the power play. Nick Henry will head off for the Wildhounds. The first penalty of the year for Toronto. And if you're wondering if the Wildhounds will eventually play the Maple Leafs, yes, they will. Here's Rahuser. Head to Kademi, and he'll just fire down to the Boston zone. Short-handed the Wildhounds here. Only one shot on goal. Just about 5 minutes into this game. Boca trying to block that lane. Here's Foligno on the power play, trying to play it off. Gallant plays it back in behind his goal. Bruins trying to get it free. It's Boca to it first, and the Wildhounds are there to clear it down the ice. Now in ricochets weirdly off the boards, and it's picked up by Krejci. He's taken off the puck. Wildhounds are on it. From behind the goal, Pasternak comes out in front. Kademi. Here's Gallant. Point blank. He couldn't put it in. That's stopped by the netminder, and Foligno will get it out to center ice. So a short-handed look for the Wildhounds. Now Zacha the other way. Here's Pavel Zacha shooting. That's blocked on it back. Kick stop made by Keller. Power play done. Gallant. Here's Kademi back out to center. Shots 2-1 Boston here in this opening period. Here they come in. Here's Zacha firing, and a blocker stop made again by Keller. Corner boards in front. Coyle fires, and a glove save made. Here's another, and Foligno will get it on goal. Schultz lost in the corner here. And the Wildhounds in their new alternates for the season. They look nice, don't they? Well, the design was perfectly executed, and here's another stop made by Keller. Schultz over to Kolda. Left wing, he'll fire in. Past the halfway mark of the first without a goal. Krejci in the corner, taken down. Here's David Pasternak. He'll play it ahead to Foligno. So the Wildhounds facing their first penalty kill of the year, and they do kill it off. Here it's played ahead. Schultz finds it. Lost it to the middle of the ice. Here's David Pasternak back on it. What a great opponent to start the year against the first two games. They play every NHL team twice this year. Here's a chance at front, and a save made by Keller. Bruins are pressing hard. Here's Zacha from behind the goal line. In behind the goal it goes. It's pass in front. That shot off a Wildhound and into the corner. Hold it to Schultz. So a home and home as Toronto will head off to Boston tomorrow as icing is the call. 5:23 to go here in the first. Scoreless from Toronto between the Wildhounds and the Bruins. Face-off coming here to the right side of the net. Ready. One back. Here's Subban to Schultz, playing that to Duke. Gets it out to center and back down the ice. Now back-to-back icing calls against the Wildhounds. Here we go. Picked up off the face-off by Boston. Lindholm firing block. Marchand spinning, puts it on goal, and Keller made the save on that. Loose puck in front. There's Duke to get it back. Ahead for Schultz. He'll play that up on the wing. That missed help, and now Marchand will turn the other way through the middle. Here's Brad Marchand winding up. Drop pass. Bergeron stopped by Keller. Subban ahead to Schultz. Right wing, the Wildhounds are the new club. They've had new teams every year. Who hasn't? Icing called the third time here in this first period against Toronto. Under 2 to go in this opening period. Wild Hounds and the Boston Bruins. And this one without a goal. Wrong one back. Olsen gets it ahead for Schultz on that right wing. Couldn't get it out. Bergeron in front, and a save made by Keller. May have got a chunk of that to knock it out of harm's way. Duke was there. Schultz is back to it. Here's Lindholm. Wild Hounds had one good look, and it actually came shorthanded. Nothing since. Lindholm loses that. 5 seconds cleared back down the ice by Toronto, and the period will not run out. We'll have 0.3 seconds to face off back in the Toronto zone. Scoreless here in one between the Bruins and the Wild Hounds. Here's the face-off. One back, and that'll do it for one. We're scoreless through 20 tonight in Toronto. We hope you're enjoying this one. The Wild Hounds, a new season. It's Wild Hounds versus NHL. We bring you this series. Shots to goal in that opening period. 10 for the Bruins, 2 for the Wild Hounds. Scoreless through 20. Hits are 3-2 Wild Hounds. Face-offs 4-3 Wild Hounds. Power plays Boston 0 for 1. Toronto hasn't had one. We're scoreless through 1. Welcome into the second period here tonight from Toronto, the Wild Hounds and the Boston Bruins. Face off, one back controlled. It's picked up here at center ice. Lindholm back in on that right side. So the Wild Hounds open the season in their alternate uniforms. Here's Berger on a shot, kicked out by Keller. His 11th stop tonight. Here's Duke, he'll fire in. Shots that opening period were 11-2 in favor of the visitors. Here's Grzelcyk. This one goes in behind the goal, comes out front, and Duke cannot get a stick on it as it comes back out to center. Bergeron on the wing through the middle, and that's taken away by some good defense by Toronto. Lindholm fires, that goes off away. Henry pokes it to the corner, goes back after it. He took the penalty in that first period. Was that back in the corner of the Wild Hound zone. Picked up in the look to get out now on that left wing. Way down the ice. Already 4 icings tonight for Toronto. Make this their 5th. Almost 5 gone here in the middle frame. Well, the chances have been there, haven't they? And my goodness. Here we go. The draw one. Marchand centers the shot, and Keller makes this stop up the draw and holds on again for the Wild Hounds. Yeah, he sure will. And this was a great job. Well done here. Just stay tight to that shot. It's coming at you. You got to be ready. You got to be in position. He was. Went home to Marchand in front. Berger on a backhand on goal. That's stopped. Loose puck in front. Out of harm's way. Grzelcyk centers. That one came out in front. Cole to try to clear. Here's Hall. Puts it back to the net. It's pointed out by the netminder. Toronto back on it. That's not out. Turned over. Bergeron redirected and stopped again. Made by Keller. Here's center and knocked in. That goes all the way around the board side for Kolda to the net. Kicked away, and the puck came out in front. No one there for the rebound. Not many shots on goal for Toronto in this one. They pick it up again. Here's Kademi. Might be a 2-on-1. Kademi center to the cross, and they can't get it on goal clean. Here's Gallant back to it. He'll spin, he'll wind up, he'll shoot, and it just missed wide. Krejci shooting gallery all of a sudden for the Wild Hounds. They get back to the puck. Kademi trying to drop it off. There was David Krejci. Now Hall back on it, and stolen away by the Wild Hounds. Go on in, shoot! He fired it high. Drop back from Henry. All in the way of that. And along the boards, Kademi is going back after it for the Wild Hounds. Now up on the wing for Krejci. Olsen's to it, and here comes Toronto through center. Pass ahead. Here's Duke with a lane. He shoots, and the blockers stop. Back out in front. Schultz put it on goal, and that was handled too. Frederick the other way. Still scoreless in this one. We hope you're enjoying the Wild Hounds and the Bruins in this season opener for the Wild Hounds. Here's Krejci. That goes off his stick. Poked out. Duke might have a race to it. Lost it to Clifton through center. Under 5 to go here, middle period. Subban couldn't block that lane. Here's a shot, and it's rifled off the mark and wide. Frederick dropped pass. That shot on goal. It's stopped by the netminder. Forbert poked out. Here come the Wild Hounds. Might be a break. Has an opening, a shot, and didn't make it on goal clean. Back to the point. That's knocked out. Knocked back in by the Wild Hounds. 2.5 to go in the period. Here's Forbert taken down. That's going to be a penalty against Toronto. It'll be the second of the night. As here comes Zuck up that right side. In over the line. He'll drop for Coyle. Touched up. And Boston to the power play late here in the second. Pretty interesting turn of events here. And this is exactly what you want to see in this first game of the season. for Toronto Wildhounds. You're in a very tight one. You're against the best teams in the league, in the NHL. Can't get any higher than that in terms of hockey quality. Here's Krejci playing that to the corner in front. And that one rolling in front of the goal. Bergeron's there trying to get it to the net. Pastrnak is blocked. Krejci back. Marchand fires. Broken stick. Wildhounds trying to take off on a break. Good play by Pastrnak. He got back on the broken stick. There's Bozon. He'll clear it back down the ice. And that's rung around the board to the far side. Krejci's on it. Taken down. There's Jake DeBrusk. He'll get it up on the wing for Bergeron. And we're going to sit out the rest of this second period as a shot blocker down by the netminder and Keller. We're scoreless through 40 tonight between the Wildhounds and the Bruins here in this season opener. Shot to go in the hockey game, if you're wondering. 17 for Boston, 8 for Toronto. Hits in the game are 9-6 Toronto, face off 7-4 Bruins. Power plays Boston 0 for 1. They're on their second power play to start the third. We're scoreless through 2. Welcome into the third period tonight. The Wildhounds and the Boston Bruins first to 2. They'll play back-to-back tomorrow night in Boston. Yeah, as the Wildhounds will have some road action against one of the best home teams in the league, if not the best. Here's Marchand. Drop Bergeron down the slot. He lost the puck, taken away by Toronto. Gallant up that sideboard. He'll get it in deep. Here's a chance from the corner. A good hit. Rahauser. Kademi gets in the corner. Play back to Rahauser. From behind the goal, back in front, center that. Hit escape. Pasternak's on it. Here's Boston spinning in his own zone. There's Pastrnak getting it ahead. Marchand. Bergeron over the line, looking for a lane backhander, stopped by Keller, and he stopped it again, and the third chance as it came bouncing out. Got a piece of that. Here comes Kademi. To the middle of the ice, he'll just chip into the Boston zone. Pastrnak to Marchand. Back out, fast-paced in this first game. DeBrusk taken there at the line. Marchand to the net. Great play by the Wildhounds. They take it away. Henry back on it. Marchand over him. Now Henry takes it through the middle of the ice. Marchand's back on it. He'll center for Pastrnak. Turned over. Here comes Dukin over the line. He'll drop a pass off, and it's found Zucca. And Bergeron comes inside the right side. Drop back for Frederick. A shot right on. Keller the save. Here comes Crawley out to center with the puck. In over the line. He has help with him. Crawley winding up in shooting. Not much there. Rebound came out. But the Bruins were first to it. Now Duke on it. Pass in front. That one sent wide by Schultz. Oh, the chances have been there for both teams. Boston's had the better looks. But we're still scoreless here in the third, just about halfway. Well, what a first game. And indeed, you can't say anything better than this. Defensive. This is what you want to see in the first game of the season between two very good teams. The Wildhounds, a very unexpected underdog this year, but looking to get the job done. And they've held Boston to zeros here in the third period. Frederick, here's Coyle moving in. That's put back. Grizzlick fires off the post, and Keller takes it away. What a save by Keller in this home opener for the Wildhounds. That one was in. Yes, it was. It was in the back of the net. It hit the post, and it was going over the line, and he scoops it before it has a chance to get over and keeps it a 0-0 game. Here comes Krunk off the draw. He'll get inside for Toronto. Just gets the puck in deep. There's Grizzlick to it. Grizzlick playing that up on the wing to Frederick. Everyone waiting for the goal horn to go off for the first time this season. Frederick moving in. He lost the puck. Jerome up for Krunk. And he'll just fire back down into the Boston zone. This ricochets in behind their net. Bozon's to it. Wrap backhand. That stopped. Loose puck in front. And that went back to the point. Picked up by Subban. He had the lane. In shoots. And Allmark stuck that to the chest. Here's Grizzlick. Kept in by Toronto momentarily. Now back out. Coyle through center. Has help with Frederick on the left wing. That goes into the corner. Taken there, and that's going to be a penalty. 5:01 to go. The Bruins will go back to the power play for their third time tonight. 0 for 2. What a first hockey game to this season. Very tight game for Toronto. But you want to see a nail-biter open the season? That's some fun stuff to watch. Here's Kademi. He'll fire in. This is what hockey's all about. It's picked up by Gallant. Makes his way to the net shorthanded, and it goes to the outside. Good play by Bergeron. Marchand to Jake DeBrusk. Rauhauser on him. Took him down. Boca to it, and the Wildhounds look to get it out. Here's Boca. Up on the wing for Gallant. Trying to race ahead with it, he does. Past Krejci, in shoots, and he fired it wide. Konemi back to the point, setting up. There's a chance, it goes off his skate. Bergeron back out with Marchand. Hit there on the wing, Konemi back to it, and here come the Wild Hounds. Konemi enter it. Take it down to 3 to go. Here's David Pastrnak, middle of the ice, he'll move in. Poked out, Gallant's on it. Through the middle for Konemi. Lost it. Now trying to poke it back inside. There's Krejci. With some help, Jake DeBrusk. Up to Marchand with a nifty move. That one to DeBrusk. Stopped in tight. Made by Keller. Down to 1:20 to go here in the third. You want to see a very entertaining game? This has been one tonight against the best team in the NHL. Toronto Wild Hounds sticking with them. Here's the pass ahead. It finds Schultz. Final minute of play here in the third period. Losing it there. Duke will re-enter the zone if he can. Now he does. And knocked back out. Carson centered. Here's Crowley trying to get it back in. Grzelcyk was there to help out. Krejci enters from that wing. Stolen away by the Wild Hounds to the pass. Down the ice. That's icing called. Under 40 seconds to go. What a first game of the season. And down to the wire here. The Bruins have had 4 more minutes of time on attack. 7.5 to 3.5. The difference here in this one. Toronto has kept them off the board. Here comes Schultz up ahead on that right wing. Making his way to the net. He'll drop back. Not enough. Play to Duke. He'll fire a shot. Didn't make it clean to the net. Krejci with it. Dropping back for help, but Schultz takes it to the middle of the ice. And Toronto is offside. Down to 24.2 seconds to go here in regulation time. Season opener that will be remembered, no matter the outcome. Yeah, this is an underdog team, and like you mentioned, 0-0 all game. This is what you want to see from Toronto this season. A weaker defense doing its job. Here in the corner, that pass in front. Marchand stopped point blank by Keller. That's played ahead to Jerome. 10 seconds to go here in the third. Jerome will bring it to the outside, playing that across. And Bozon lost the puck. We need extra time in this season opener tonight. Scoreless through 60 tonight from Toronto. What a game. The Bruins have had the better test, obviously, tonight. Defense, forwards, need to be where you need to be, and the offense has struck. But they haven't scored. Shot to goal 23 for Boston, 12 for Toronto. Hits are 15-13 Wild Hounds. The faceoffs 10-8 Bruins. Power plays Boston 0 for 3. The Wild Hounds haven't had one. We go to overtime tonight. Scoreless. Welcome into overtime in this season opener for the Toronto Wild Hounds. They get a point out of this nonetheless. Can they get the second point and win on home ice to start tonight? Here's Carson. Play that to Duke. They win the draw to start overtime. That's Duke winding up, looking for a lane. Gave that away. Got it back. Has to be careful with it. Now it's Carson who picks it up. Carson slashed. No call. Duke has that back. Centers in front. That's turnover, and here come the Bruins the other way. With help. Taken to the boards. Toronto back on the puck again, and they'll bring it through center. Carson getting by that step. He'll move in. Drop a pass. That's Duke. Schultz in front. Back for Duke. Coming across to that far side. There's Bergeron. They're trying to team up here through the middle of the ice. Lindholm in over the line from that right wing. Stolen away by the Wild Hounds. Out in front. Marchand can't get it to the net. He had an open lane and couldn't get a shot on goal. Now Duke the other way. Tired Bruins. Duke in! He stopped. Bouncing puck. Henry can't get it on goal. Marchand. Here come the Bruins the other way. Subban blocking that way. Now a break here in overtime. Lindholm stopped by Keller. Chances both ways. The Bruins have the better. Here comes Toronto. Drop pass. That hit a skate. That's Subban going after it. Corner boards. Back-to-back season openers. Extra time for the Wild Hounds. Here's Pastrnak to win it. Great play by Subban. Wild Hounds ahead. Pass for Henry. Here comes Henry with help. Passes in front. And where was it in the paint? Here's Gallant. He'll go for a spin in behind the net. With some help is Henry. Dropping to the point. Here's Crowley. And a blocker stop made by Omar. Here's Krejci in the zone. Spinning with the puck and has it again for Boston. Gallant keeps it just inside the line. Pass over. Crowley in to win it. Stopped by Omar. Again. That one into the corner. Bruins get it back with Grzelcyk up ahead for David Pastrnak. One-on-one. Taken back by the Wild Hounds. Wild Hounds have it here. The pass ahead. Giving away to Grizzlick. He'll re-enter the zone, and Crawley with a great defensive play gets it right back. Holden out. Looking ahead. Has help in Jerome. Here comes Jerome, and over the line. Drop pass. Here's Crawley back in front. And it went in behind the nets. What a chance in the late stages of overtime. Here's Pasternak. Loses it down to 10 seconds. Jerome will go in behind his net. And it looks like we're going to wait this one out for a shootout tonight from Toronto. What a hockey game, and we're going to go all the way tonight in this season opener. Shootout required. Wild Hounds, Bruins, scoreless through 60, scoreless through 65. We go to the shootout. Shot to goal after overtime. 24 for the Boston Bruins, 17 for the Toronto Wild Hounds. The hits are 16-15 Wild Hounds. Faceoffs 10-9 Boston. Power plays Bruins 0 for 3. Toronto hasn't had one. Welcome into the shootout tonight. Only one team can win it, and both goaltenders have been amazing through 60. David Pasternak will lead us off. Here's Pasternak coming in with speed from the left to the right and trying to tuck it by, but Keller's stuck with him, and the Bruins fail in round one. Round one for the Wild Hounds. The shooter will be Schultz. Here comes Schultz from the right to the left, moving in slowly on Ullmark, moving in tight. Backhander stop. Ullmark right to the chest. He'll keep that out, and we're scoreless through one. Here's Patrice Bergeron. Bergeron, middle of the ice, from the left to the right. Stopped by Keller, got the right leg out as Bergeron tried to open him up. He was for a split second. Duke to shoot second for the Wild Hounds. Far right to far left. He's coming in fast. Moves in. And a save by Ullmark. What a glove stop. Brad Marchand in round 3 for Boston. Here's Marchand. He stopped. Keller stays with him. Round 3 for the Wild Hounds. It's Subban. What a win this would be, the Toronto native. Here comes Subban to win it. He stopped, and we're going extras. What a game all night long, and the goaltender's putting on a show. David Krejci with speed. Stopped by Keller. Got the blocker out and shrugged it off. Shooting for the Wild Hounds. Henry, he took a penalty earlier, has a chance to win it to redeem himself. Here's Henry. He scores! The Wild Hounds win it in round 4 of the shootout. 1-0. They open the season against the Bruins in the shootout. The underdogs get it done tonight. The Wild Hounds collect the extra point here in this shootout and extra rounds. 1-0 your final score tonight. We'll head to Boston for game 2.